Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, everyone? Today we will continue in our videos. Today will be on part 4 in the algebra, question 21 1. Here we start. The arithmetic mean, it means the average of 4 numbers equals 8, and the arithmetic mean of other 4 numbers is 7. What's the arithmetic mean of all numbers? As you know, if you want to find the mean, you need to know the sum, because there is a very important rule, which is mean equals sum or total over how many. So here in this case, I want to know the sum of 8 numbers, because we have 4 numbers and we have other 4 numbers. So we need to find what we call the sum here of these 4 numbers and the sum of the other 4 numbers. We call sum 1 or sum 2. To find the sum, as you can see, you multiply the mean by how many? Here, to find the sum 1, you multiply the mean, which is 8, by how many numbers? By 4. 4 multiply 8 equals 32. Now the other 4 numbers, 4 multiply 7 equals 28. Now if you want to find the total, you add 28 plus 32 equals 60. So 60 divide how many? They became 8 numbers. So now 60 divide 8 equals 7.5. So la ilaha illallah Muhammad sallallahu. So we divide by 60 by 8 equals 7.5. I will stop the recording. After Salah, I will continue recording. Assalamu alaikum, we come back. Here, what decimal place was the value place? Does 5 hold in 1065 millions? Guys, here the question, I think there's a mistake in the question. Was the value place, does 5 hold? 1065 millions, we can add 6 zeros to it. So it's millions. It's 5 millions. Because he said 1065 millions. So 5 is in millions directly. Other question, which is about the mean. The sum of the 3 numbers is 168. What is their mean? As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you want to find the mean, you divide the sum directly by how many? So 168 divided by 3. You can do long division fast. 16 divided 3 equals 5, because 5 multiplied 3 equals 15. Now we subtract, equals 1. Now 18 divided 3 equals 6. So 56. Next question. Here we can't, I think, try out the choices because here we have mixed number. Always, guys, when we have negative exponent, we need to flip the fraction to make it positive. But here we don't have fraction, we have mixed number. So the first step, let's change this mixed number into fraction. It becomes 27 multiplied 2, 54 plus 10, 64 over the same denominator, 27. Still power of -2. Now we change it to fraction. Now we flip the fraction. Is 27 over 64 over 2. So here in this case we have 3 over 4 over x plus 5. Here the important point, I need to make them have the same denominator. Here we have 2, of course. If you remember that 27 is 3, how I relate 27 to 3 and 64 to 4? 27 is 3 power 3 and 64 is 4 power 3. So I make them, this one, I make it 3 over 4 power 3 power 2. And as you know, power of the power is multiplying them. So this becomes 3 over 4 power 6. Here, now this and this, they have the same base. So the exponents will be equal. So x plus 5 equals 6. This means x equals 1. Next question. This is very easy question. It's a bit tricky. X over y equals 120. So x over 3y. What was, guys, in this case, we just, this means x over 3y. It means x over y multiply 1 out of 3. We have x over y equals 120. So 120, we can write 120 over 1 multiply 1 over 3 equals 120. over 3 equals 40. So the answer is 40, my dear students. Now, let's go to another question. This is the simplest way, I think, to solve these kind of questions. Now, the next question. Here we can try the options. First step, look at the first part. X power 3 multiply 3 power 1. 9 power 3, I'm sorry. So guys, 9 power 3, I can write it as 3 power 2, because 9 equals 3 power 2 power 3. I make it 3 because I can combine them. So equals 3 power 6. So 3 power 6 multiply 3 power 1. Multiplying power is adding them equals 3 power 7. So 3 power 7 equals x power 7. So here we are dealing with exponents. So the exponents are the same, so the bases are the same. So x equals 3. Now, question 22. What is a number that if 9 was to be subtracted from it, its fifth multiple? Here, the point, the product is 1. Here, fifth multiple. Means multiply by 5. Multiply by 5. Excuse me. So, I suppose that the number is x. But he said fifth multiple. 9 subtract from its fifth multiple. So let me consider the number x. So fifth multiple, it means 5x. Minus 9 equals 1. From its fifth multiple, the product is 1. What is the number that if 9 was to be solved from its fifth multiple? So now I solve this equation. This means 5x equals 10, because I will take -9 to the other side. Then I divide by 5. I divide by 5. So x equals 2. Equals 2. So the number is 2. Here, we have a very important question. If a number is multiplied by its square and its third multiple is subtracted from the product, then which of the following equations represent that? Always, guys, we consider the number, let the number x multiplied by its square. So x power 2. And then its third multiple is subtracted. So let me first multiply the number by its square. X by x power 2 equal x power 3 minus third multiple 3x. because he said to me third multiple. So x power 3 minus 3x. This is the expression or the equation that presents the number. This one. The answer is A. Now let me go to another question. I try to look at the choices. Now we need to unify, I think, because here we have plus. If we have plus, so we need to unify the denominators. Here we have 4x, here we have 4x. So here 5x, here 4x. So the LCD, least common multiple, or least common denominator is 20. So I think if we multiply this fraction by 4 and this fraction by 5, if you multiply the first fraction by 4, it will become 4. Of course, you need to multiply up and down over 20x. Plus, multiply the second one by 5, this by 5. 5 multiply 2 equals 10. Now 5 multiply 4, 20x. Now they have the same denominator. Now I can add. I'm sorry, here x. So here I put 20x. Here we have 4 plus 10 equals 40. So we have 14 over 20x. Let me divide by 2. Simplify by 2. Up and down. And simplify by 2. Equals 7 over 10x. So this is the answer. Here 14 divided 2 equals 7. 1 divide 2 equals 10x. Now let me go to another question. Let me go to another question, my friends, and the next page, on page 26. This is very easy question. So this simple equation, this multiplication equation, 8x equals 64, so x equals 8. Because when you have multiplication equation, you use division to solve it. You divide both sides by 8 because you want to keep x alone. So 64 divided 8 equals 8. But you want 4x. I'm sorry, guys. In this question, they want 4x. You find x, find 4x. I thought they need to find x. If you find x 8, you multiply it by 4. So it's 32. So after you find x, it becomes easy, whatever they want. What's third of a number? Third of a number. Let me consider the number as x. Always, guys, when you say a number, we let it x. What is third of a number? Equals 8 over 12. Now, let me simplify this before I start. Let me simplify this. I have 8 over 12. So I simplify by 4. It becomes 2 out of 3. So third of a number, third, it means multiply 1 over 3. So 1 over 3 multiply x or x equals 2 over 3. You can directly, because this divide by 3 and this divide by 3, we can cancel the 3. So x equals 2. 1x equals 2. No need calculation. No need calculation. Or if you want, consider this as x over 3 equals 2 out of 3. Now we do cross multiplication. So 3x equals 6. So 3x equals 6. By the end of the day, you will have x equals 2 when you divide both sides by 3. So x equals 2. Now, my friends, let's go to another question. Now, let's go to another question. Which of the following values is the greater? So you want the greatest value. Guys, we can use, first let me change them all to fractions. This is ready. But let me use benchmark fractions. 13 over 22 because 13 is greater than half of 22. This is more than half. This is greater than half. It's greater than half. This, I simplify it. 18 over 48. If you simplify, let me say, by 2, it becomes 9 over 24. Or we can simplify by 6. It becomes 3 over 8. This is less than half. Less than half. So till now, C is greater than D. Now here I have 1 over 8 over 2, 1 over 2, far multiply far up, near multiply near is down, 1 times 2 up, 2. This is easy way, 8 times 1, 8, 2 over 8 equals quarter, so less than half. So till now C is the greatest now, 1. Now 3 times 3 up, 9, 5 times 5, 25 is less than half. 9 over 25 is less than half. So this is the only fraction which is greater than half. So the answer is C. Now, let me go to other question. I'm sorry guys for long videos, but because I make one video every week, so in this video, you can divide it into parts. You can watch half of the video, then you complete the other half later. But please don't forget to subscribe my channel and share the video to many people as much as you can. Now, x plus y equals z over 2. X minus y equals 0. Which of the following is correct? Here I need to work. I have to know x minus y equals 0. This means x equals y. X equals y. So here I look at the choices. First thing, I can consider y as x. So x plus x, because I said x equals y. Here, x minus y equals 0. I put y on the other side. This means x, I will change its sign. This means x equals y. So here I replace y by x because I look at the choice here. I have 2x. I have 2x. So I want this. So x plus x, 2x equals z over 2. Now I multiply, I make cross multiplication. So I look for the choice which has z alone. Z equals 4x. 4x. So 2x equal to z. No. They work on it in different way, but I'm looking for one of these formulas. So no need to replace x by. So what's the, I think there is a mistake in this question. What was the point of x minus y equals 0? There's no point. Just make cross multiplication. Just keep it like this and make cross multiplication. Multiply a cross multiplication. 2 times x, 2 times y. It means 2x. You have to know how to work on it in different ways. 2y equals z. Now this one, you can keep 2x here and take this to the other side, becomes minus 2y. Because they want it like this. If you want to simplify it, you can find the first way that I work on it. So the answer is D. So it depends on the choices, as you can see. But we don't use the second one. So this question is a bit confusing. Here, because in the other question, the absolute value of 3x equal 15. So guys, in this case, x could be, I know if it's 3x equals 15 without absolute value, so this means x equals 5. But because we have absolute value, x equals positive or negative 5 directly. Here, my friends, we need to use the divisibility rules, which if the following is divisible by 5, 3, 7, and if we divide by 11, the remainder is 4. Very simple question. So first, I work on the easy ones. The easy one is 5, but all of them, the ones digit is 0, so all of them divisible by 5. So I can't cancel anyone. All of them are divisible by 5. Now by 3, I need to add the digits. 0 plus 1 plus 4 equals 5. 5 is not the multiple of 3, so this cancelled. 4 plus 8 plus 0 equals 12. 12 is a multiple of 3, so this accepted. 2 plus 4 equals 6, this accepted. 1 plus 1 equals 0, equals 2, not multiple of 3, this not accepted. So now I try the divisibility rules of 7. The divisibility rule of 7, we double the last digit. If you double the 0, it becomes 0. Then we subtract from the rest. 24 minus 0 equals 24. The answer should be 0 or multiple of 7. So 24 is not divisible by 7. So this will be cancelled. So the answer is B. Because 84 minus 0, if you double the 0, 0, 84 minus 0, 84. 84 is divisible by 7. Because 84 divides 7 equals 12. Now this concept is about percentage. 30%, 35% of x equals 25% of 280. Let me find this first. Find x. So here, as you can see, 25% of 280. So they want the part. So directly, if you want percent of a number, you multiply the numbers and divide by 100. So I first want to know 25% of 280. 25 multiply 280 over 100. I can simply do this. Of course, we can simplify 1 0 up with 1 0 down. Now I can simplify 10 and 25 by 5. This becomes 2, and this becomes 5. Then I can simplify 28 with 2. It becomes 14. Now 5 multiply 14 equals 70. So now the question is, I replace this by 70. 35% of a number equals 70. So he wants the whole. 35% of what number equals 70? So when you want the whole, directly multiply the part, which 70, by 100, divide the percent. Or you can do it other way. When you want the whole, directly flip this 35%, 35 100, but now I make it the opposite. If you want the whole, put the 100 up, multiply 70. Always, guys, if you want the part, like this case, you put 25 over 100, multiply the other number. If you want the whole, you put 100 over the percent, this, multiply the other number. So here, we can simplify 70 with 35. It becomes 2. 2 multiply 100 equals 200, sorry. So the answer is 200. When you want to find the whole, you need to flip 35%, you write it 100 over 35. Now, other question. 10 plus 10x greater than 16 plus 8x. We solve the inequality like as we solve the equations. We take 8x to the other side, and we take 10 to the other side. So 10x, this will be taken to the other side, becomes minus 8x. 10x minus 8x equals 2x. Greater than 16 minus 10, 6. I divide by 2. I divide both sides by 2. So x is greater than 3. X is greater than 3. Now, the question of the exponents. Always, my friends, my dear students, when you deal with exponents, you need to have the same base. 25, we can write it as 5 over 2. So we will have the same base. So x over 2 equals 2. This means x equals 4. What number I divide by 2? I get 2 directly. So guys, why I make the base 5? To have the same base the other side. So 5 over 2, 5 over x over 2. So x over 2 equals 2. So x equals 4. Now, let me go to other question. Now in this question, y equal x over 7 plus 10 with the value of x 119, find y. Very easy question. Just I replace x by 119, then you divide 119. You want y, you divide y by you divide 119 by 7 directly. So 119 divided 7 equals 17. 17 plus 10 equals 27. Of course, if you don't know 119 divided 7 equals 17, you have to do long division. Then 17 plus 10 equals 27. Now, other question. I told you the videos are very long. You can divide it into parts and watch it as parts. Now, 3 over 4x equals 4 over 3y. Find 1 over x, divide 1 over y. This kind of strange questions. Here I will use the book way of explanation. Here I will use the book way. Three over 4x equal 4 over 3y. So I find x. If you have fraction equation, you want to solve it, you multiply by the reciprocal of this fraction, because you divide by 3 over 4. Because 3 over 4 multiplied by x, so you divide by 3 over 4, or you multiply by the reciprocal, so you multiply by the reciprocal of 3 over 4, it's 4 over 3. So 4 multiply 4 equals 16. 3 multiply 3 equals 9. So x equals 16 over 9y. Now divide both sides by y. So x over y equals 9 over 16. But they want what they want. 1 over x divide 1 over y. So I need to flip it. Oh, in the beginning, they mentioned here, guys, you should know this 1 over x divide 1 over y, it means 1 over x multiply y over 1. They want y over x. Here I find x over y equals 9 over 16. So y over x equals 16 over 9. So the answer should be A. The answer should be A. Because we want all this 1 over x. I'm sorry. This 1 over x divide 1 over y. It means y over x. So I need to flip it here. The last step, I need to flip it. Another question here. We are multiplying decimal numbers. I multiply just the numbers. I ignore the points. 1 times 2, 2. 2 times 3, 6, times 4, 24. Now I have to count how many decimal digits we have. Decimal places, 1, 2, 3, 4. So far, I count 1, 2, I add zeros, and I will do it. So the answer is A. Now I want to solve this equation. X power 2 plus 10. I can erase 10 from here and 10 from here. So x power 2. I bring the x to this side plus x equals 0 because 10 went with 10. Common factor. Or I try the choices. If I put negative 1 power 2 equals 1 plus negative 1 equals 0. So it works. The first choice works. So the answer is negative 1 by trying the options. X power 2 equals 1. Then the root total, focus on the total of x. So x power 2 equals 1. This means x equals 1 or negative 1. The total, if you add them, you will get 0. So the answer is A. The answer is A. I think that's enough for this for today video. Wait for me, inshallah, next week in part 5 in JAT quantitative part. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe my channel and share the video, and don't forget to put like. Thank you very much.